Once again, I couldn't record. Would have recorded this earlier, but once again, I need to go to the bathroom as soon as I get in the house. Apparently. But anyway, Constantine. Mixed ratings. I watched it on Sky Movies. Keanu Reeves, Rachel Weisz, Tilda Swinton. I thought that Michael Sheen was supposed to play Lucifer, but apparently not. Shia LaBeouf. It's good. 2001: A Space Odyssey. University positive ratings. I watched it. Directed by Stanley Kubrick. I watched it on Sky Movies. Frank Miller. What? He wasn't in 2001: A Space Odyssey. No way. So Frank Miller wasn't in 2001. There was actually a character he's like an extra. In the film, he's played by Frank A. Miller. And you can tell it's a different Frank Miller because Frank Miller, the comic writer, was born in 1957. Frank Miller, that was in 2001, is born in 1944. So, two completely different people. But anyway, I didn't like the movie. I'm sorry, it was just boring. It took like 20 minutes to get the space. And I knew that it started off like the dawn of mankind, but it was unnecessary. Like, it took them about 5 minutes to get the monkeys or apes or whatever to see the monolith. And then it just showed like another 15 minutes of them running around being monkeys. Like, if I were making a film, it would have been maybe about a minute long, them messing about, but then suddenly they see the monolith, start crowding around it, doing whatever. Then we go to space. It didn't need to be 20 minutes long. And then, because I was already bored, the rest of the film's boring. But I think if we were to cut out that 20 minutes, except for the bit of them seeing the monolith, I think I would still be bored of the film. Not even the ending was entertaining. Like, killing Hal wasn't entertaining, probably because I've already seen the scene before. And the bit at the room also wasn't entertaining, probably because I'd seen the parody of it in Phineas and Ferb. But despite all that, the music, fantastic. In fact, the sound in general, oh my god. Like, the sound in it is genius. And Jesus, the shots in it is, how the hell did they achieve that in 1968? Whoops. 1968. It's just incredible how they were able to do that. Do all the stuff that it then. That, you could do all that now with a bloody phone. Like, technically, with in moving image, it would be fantastic. But as a film overall, it's crap. Like, story comes first. Yeah, I'm not a patient person anymore. I used to be, but then, like, we had that 4 years of YouTube that I keep talking about in the nostalgia videos, and the reason why I stopped is because, right, I would watch games on YouTube because I didn't have a PS4 at the time and I wasn't allowed to play 18 rated games. So instead of playing them, I would watch someone play them on YouTube. And I would always complain about how short they were. Like, say it was 20 minutes for a part. I thought it was too short, so let's make it longer. Then in 2016, the guy I was watching mainly, he made longer videos, and I started getting bored. Like really easily, I was like watching Fallout 4, Far Cry Primal, Just Cause 3. Like I even got bored of Just Cause 3, and I've played that game now, and it's fantastic. Like it's one of the best games I've ever played. This means as of 7 p.m. on Sunday, the 24th of October 2021. Well, 1v1 in Rust. I haven't got a chance to talk about this yet because it happened on like Friday or Saturday. But what happened was that Alec Baldwin shot a prop firearm and it ended up killing someone on set. Yeah, that's what happened. So Netflix employees don't have a problem with the film not allowed to mention, apparently. But when it comes to Dave Chappelle, that's just out of line.
Hello. What's all this then? Is that a PS5? I'll be having that, thank you very much. Come on, hand it over before I pump your glutinous maximus full of lead. There we go, that's a good man. Good chap. Cheers for that, bruv, yeah? Oh no, it appears I've got a 5-star wanted level for the Russes. I better call old Lester on the British iPhone 12.
Hello.
Hello, Lester. Good to hear from you. I'm in a spot of bother with the British Rozzers. Would you mind getting them off my back, will ya?
Sure. There you go.
Good show, old chap. Splendid.
I forgot to mention I've finished volume, what was it? 6, I think, of the Maximum Ride manga. It's good. Like I can't comment on it. Another thing that you need to understand about the Maximum Ride manga is that it's a direct adaptation of the books. Like it's not the writer's fault that if anything crap were to happen, it's James's fault, because as far as I know, he sole writes the entire series. But anyway, this is Twitter as of 7:06. Maybe. But yeah, we do need to defeat China. Just not the way that the UK, US, Aussie team are going to do it, because I might have mentioned this before, but what is going to happen is that they've banned it together, and the European Union have given Australia permission to build AI robots. I don't understand how Australia needs to use permission when, Australia is an Australasian, not Europe. They can't be part of the European Union by default. But whatever. And AI robots, yeah, there's a word for that, Skynet. Like, that's Terminator. Like, if we invent time travel, then there you go. That's Terminator. Hold on. Diana be horrified by the way she's portrayed now. The only thing I hear about Diana is praise all the time. I mean, she's only ever been mentioned by both my grannies. I know they're not like, I don't have a lesbian granny or anything. I'm talking about my granny on my mum's side and my granny on my dad's side. Both of them are the only people that I know that have talked about Diana, and they both only say good things and get offended when they hear anything bad about her, so I don't understand what you mean. The only bad thing I've ever heard about Diana is a joke that Jimmy Carr said, and it's a bloody joke. The joke was, like, people always say that Diana should have worn her seatbelt, but have you ever tried snorting cocaine off a stranger's penis with a seatbelt on? It's just a joke. And you know what? People didn't even know how to react to it. They were like, and then started laughing. And Jimmy actually pointed out, going, you can either go like, or you can laugh. You can't do both. Obama's been out for 5 years. What's going on? What's the moment? What the hell is he? Oh, that's not even Obama. That's not even Obama's Twitter account. So just because she supports Trump means that she's a revolting person. Imagine if someone had saved the world, like, you know, say Superman was real and he'd saved the world countless times, but then he said that he supports Donald Trump. He would be vilified. Right, that's people like praising Fauci for now. People are calling out Fauci. Jesus Christ. This is why you shouldn't be praising Anthony Fauci. Like, oh my god. That's just, no. It's gonna be a long one because I haven't been on Twitter in a while. Oh no, I have thought about Alec Baldwin. Wait, 2 days ago. Alec Baldwin killed more people than all the January 6 protesters combined. The guns unloaded, right, Mr. Baldwin? People call me Paul Bunyan because I be pushing logs downstream. Folks still don't understand that when talking to the left, so saying eat crap will earn you for your compliments, saying I'm sorry. They cancel, we uncancel.
You would agree that racism exists.
Of course,
right? That there are people that are legitimate racists.
It would be idiotic to think otherwise. Of course, there are legitimate racists, and we should target them, and we should find them, and we should hurt their careers, because racism is unacceptable.
You would agree that.
Yeah, okay. That is hypocritical, man. Person talks and seems so much like her father, even... I wonder if she's ever accidentally shot a good friend of her in the face. Have you? Alcohol. Anyway. They can never answer this question. I shouldn't have done that. I'm not going to undo it though. Okay. If the punchline of the joke is hateful, it can reinforce bigoted ideas which will result in prejudice. An example is if someone made a joke about how insane trans people are, the audience might begin to accept it as common knowledge and treat trans people like they're crazy. Marcus has mentioned this before. That's not how it works. Like, it's a comedy, you're watching a comedian do stand-up comedy. You shouldn't treat what they say as fact. I'm sure jokes are the reason folks think that about trans people. Let's be clear, no one deserves raggers. All of the insurrectionists / terrorists should serve their sentences in Angola. Braggers some horrible crap hole prison. Make some special arrangements, to really open their eyes. You find it next to a dead prostrate again, but the park is a gun-free zone. Cool. Not cool, just do exactly as I say and no one get hurt. Let me see if it's loaded. "24-year-old armor, he had doubts before being put in charge of guns in Alec Baldwin film set where he shot a cinematographer dead after some crew walked out over safety." Oh, that's why people were talking about doing on Rust. My FAO memes are true. This guy was out for blood. Not as long as I thought it would be. Right, Manchester, America's next level slab squatting. Who still slab squats? The upgrade of the Sigma male. The GNU male. Does anyone know anywhere in Manchester sells Buckfast? I'm doing a show tonight, but this is tempting. Absolute units. Forget the Buckfast and see some core shows in Manchester. I'm so happy my hair is coming back after my postpartum hair loss. I look frizzy as hell, but at least I'm less bald. Also, filters are wild. Imagine being a bald jig on my head. For anyone who doesn't get that reference, watch Pulp Fiction. Spoilers, but in this scene, this has been Alex Baldwin's been photoshopped over John Travolta's character. What happens is that John Travolta's character turns around, he kidnaps a guy with another guy, and the other guy's driving the car, and then he turns around to talk to the person he kidnapped, with his gun sitting like that, and accidentally blows his brain off. I would play it, but I would probably get removed for violence because there's a lot of blood in that scene. World's best wingman struck again last night. Brush, you just saw your wingman tweet, huh? What can I say except you're welcome for getting you your whole... Anyway, let me say you're welcome. Like, come on, man, we gotta go. Our train's soon. Move.